Hello there, my name is Rich. I'd like to talk about animation, and today we're going to talk about issue 11 of High Risk. Specifically some of the theories, but more about the events that happened in the issue. This is basically more what really stands out of this issue I just want to talk about. There will be some conversations, some theories, but very little. It's just sort of, I want to talk about more. But besides that, if you've not read the issue, you can read the issue in English, at least a fan dub version of it, by X/Twitter by Night for Moon, who is trashing each issue. Very slowly, but he's still on issue 5, waiting for issue 6. But besides that, you want to see all the issues. I am translating each single issue bi-weekly, just to take a little time to translate. But you can see it on my channel if you want to. But besides that, let's get started. Now, one of the things that sort of stand out about this issue is the fact is sort of the card assassins being sort of Jojo reference, but it's sort of hard because I don't know why the animator who draw all the assassins, every time they talk, they have to do a pose referencing of a Jojo. And I was like, why? But I never thought I actually needed this. This is what I wanted as a Jojo fan. But if you're not, you like that, you hated that, you feel that's kind of funny, tell me down below because I was satisfied and laughing my ass off. But besides that, the second thing I want to talk about specifically is the new character, heroine called Twin Shadows. Her design was sort of interesting because it kind of reminded me a little bit of Sailor Moon and Naruto mixed together, but they go into high school My Hero Academia sort of kind of costume design, and her eyes that sort of unhinged, that she could break me if she wanted to, that sort of look that kind of works. Maybe because I'm 100% sure some fans really like her or really hate her because how very strong personality she really is. I feel she's sort of very interesting over the top, especially her special abilities that she can actually multiply up till 10 people, but each person, every time she copies herself, she actually gives part of her personality of that person, specifically one of her core personalities. Like the first two would be kind of disgust and anger and joy. In other words, each of them are kind of interesting and over the top, but at the same time, kind of more overwhelming because how strong the personality is. It sort of depends how you feel about the personality. But again, I really enjoy Twin Shadow, even though she is very little, but at the same time she's kind of strong. At least because they never explain what her finest skill really is. I guess she's a martial artist. He also a very strong one. At least once more I'm zooming because she took down 3 of the assassins of King Casino and beat them up pretty well. In other words, but besides that, her is sort of interesting because I'm wondering that her name means more than one. Like her twin shadow, I mean, she actually has a twin, or that's basically just a play on words or her special abilities that she could copy herself. That I won't be surprised she does have a twin, but I'd be less surprised, or not less, more disappointed that she doesn't have a twin because it sort of makes sense. You have twin shadows, why not have a twin sister? Was more, or a twin brother, either or. It's something I kind of want to see or not. How about you? You want Twin Shadow actually has a twin or not? How you feel about Twin Shadow? That she is okay, over the top for you? Feel kind of in the middle. To me, I feel fine with her. She's enjoyable. Of course, I'm wondering that every time she copies herself, does she lose herself even more or not? Or her character personality gets more uncontrollable? And that's sort of interesting, but never really explored because how little she been in the series. But she does leave a sort of a strong impact that's sort of kind of interesting. But I don't know that how you like her design, her personality. Does it work for you? It doesn't? You want to see more of her? If not, tell me down below. Let me know. Let's talk about the next thing that's sort of interesting. The breakdown of Meana and Parasite. Because that was sort of very deep. Because Meana herself, the one who loses everything, that how she feels she failed her best friend. She feels she fails to be a villain. That she never could be better, but be obvious. That was a lot of competition because of Miss Seed spell kind of broke. A lot of villains trying to steal everything. So it's very obvious trying to stand out or steal something because you still have other people in the same kind of place because it's just overpacked. But of course, you kind of understand Mina's sort of emotion, that sort of frustration that she cannot be better of her career. In other words, you understand how she feels she failed Parasite, feels she failed everything because every single idea she brought on the table kind of blow up in her face, that not realizing the situation. But at the same time, I feel that sort of overreacting, not because I feel she's sort of competent, that she is very competent. You read the issue by issue how smart and clever she really is. Even that she is not the most talented person in the world, but she can act on the moment that many others doesn't react. One of the big examples is sort of Missy sort of trap that every single villain was stand there, that she's the only one just basically click and realize, wait a minute, this is a trap, let's run. She's the first one to react, the first one to have a plan, the first one to actually do something. But at the same time, you understand how she feels, that relatability, and also how Parasite just sees her that, no, you're wrong, you're Meana, the one who can think her feet, the one who thinks of plans on the spot. I love that sort of support about Parasite because you really understand Parasite's point of view, that you could automatically realize the first time she showed on the issue that Parasite is sort of self-pity, that there is no reason to exist, but she doesn't really say it. You understand her reaction, her emotion. She doesn't feel anything or wants to do anything because he feels that maybe doesn't have a point, that was her situation. But knowing Meana, who pushes her to be better or more active, makes a lot of sense. It makes why she appreciated her best friend. He also feels sad when she's broken because she's the one who helped her and not her time to help her. And that's the part of the best moment of the whole issue, that sort of realization that I need to help my friend. And she does a very good, decent speech. Hopefully I translated that speech pretty well. Hopefully I kind of mistranslated a little bit, but other than that, that was really heartwarming. Of course, let's talk about Himiko, that she was there at the very beginning, waiting her precious time to kill both of them, to clear her, to make sure she doesn't have any connection to anyone, that she decided to help out. I love that setup. What should I help you? Till Meana just give her, why not? I mean, you have a certain situation you can't get out. You also a situation to get even, just in case. And that sort of common sense a logic. Himiko, oh, I love this girl. I mean, I hope all three of them stick together as a team because how complement each other in a way. Like, they are completely understandable personalities. Like, you don't understand how they work. You also the chemistry, especially with Minato and Himiko, how rival they basically Naruto and Sasuke go one on one back at each other. And Parasite, she's sort of the neutral party who trying to maybe make this work. That I want to see. Hopefully, do have another mini series of all three of them, or at least a special episode on the original show to just to see them all three of them doing their own thing together, basically. But besides that, I found it fascinating how they convinced Himiko to work with them, especially the idea that Minato has. He just says Black Cat. What was the idea of Black Cat? Well, I mean, to call him, to make someone pretend to be Black Cat. What was the idea that good to convince Himiko to join the team and go with it, besides murdering them and cover her tracks? I mean, it had to be a great idea to actually convince her. That was sort of kind of interesting. But all that, I think one of the biggest plot twists that the cops actually working were portraying, but at the same time, it sort of makes sense that Porcini does own the cops because he is the second most powerful Don in the city. So yeah, that tracks pretty well. But at the same time, why Porcini wants Meana and Parasite run the Federer so he can do the dirty job? I mean, he can actually do like other any other villain to do the job, but at the same time, maybe to make sure they're eliminated permanently. Because let's face it, he can actually accidentally create a mob war while cleaning the mess he made. Especially you realize Porcini is sort of very what's the best word? Clean about his work because he makes sure everything is done properly. So it sort of makes sense at the same time he wants to do his work personally just to make sure, especially what gonna happen to the next issue. I'm 100% sure the mob war will start the next issue, or at least initialize. Who knows? Maybe that sort of event on the next issue or the next several issues will sort of continue on the original show, because it sort of does make sense to make Golden Heart reappear, because if the mob war starts in the next issue, the sort of kind of tip we have of the other channel, the brand new news from the news anchor, I can't remember her name right now, that she says Golden Heart will appear the next 2 weeks. Or we are close to the next 2 weeks, so we don't know the next issue Golden Heart reappears, or the news article give more information. We just don't know. But at the very end, I am completely hyped to see what happens next, because all this dramatic and what is the plan of Meana what to do next could be pretty interesting. Who knows? Maybe Meana's plan would be so outrageous, so over the top, it get the attention of Golden Heart to sort of solve the situation. We just don't know. Or piss off Black Cat and reappear in the issue to see who trying to pretend to be him. I mean, it could be that, or maybe a fake version of Black Cat, or maybe not just make his deal with Black Cat, because Black Cat could reappear anywhere, just sort of the necessary sort of situation to force him to reappear. But once when we don't know how that works, maybe they explain it. I just don't know. But all of that, I am excited and hyped for the next issue. Of course, what do you like this issue? What are your moments you really enjoy? Tell me down below, let me know. I got nothing else to say, just thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.